right, greetings, movie fans, and welcome to the latest episode of the Summer Movie Draft 2025. We'll be dealing with the movies that opened on the weekend of August 29th, 2025, and those movies in particular were The Toxic Avenger, Caught Stealing, and The Roses. Joining me for this particular episode is one of my fellow players, and that is Daniel, who I believe is in possession of The Toxic Avenger.
Which was awesome, by the way.
Oh, you did get around to see it?
Yeah.
Oh, excellent. Okay, we'll talk about that in a second. Unfortunately, the other person that would have been regularly involved in this episode, Mitch, who has both Caught Stealing and Roses as part of his repertoire, unfortunately, wasn't able to join us this at the time of recording. Let's put it that way. Okay, so what we start off with first is have you seen anything new, Dan? And apparently, you saw
The
the Toxic
Toxic
Avenger.
Avenger.
Yeah. So how was okay? Before we get to that, have you actually seen the original Toxic Avenger?
Maybe 30, 40 times. Yeah.
Okay, good, good. So you are aware of the lore, and I guess that's probably one of the main reasons why you chose to go after the Toxic Avenger in this list.
Yep, it was a good one. I didn't think it would do well, but I thought, yay, it's fun. Because the original was fun. The second one, not so much, but the
No, no, I mean the later sequels not as impressive as the first and all that sort of thing. But I mean, when you're talking trauma, any sort of sequels are going to be a little inferior. But so was this a good trauma experience sort of thing? This I guess remake?
it was different, very different.
Okay, okay.
Um, because of course the original was very gratuitous, very,
Yes.
very unexpected, everything,
Mm-hmm.
things I just didn't see coming. This one
Yep.
was a little more on the, I would say, the silly side of life. But because it was Peter Dinklage, I believe.
Yes,
So
doing
it
being
was a
toxic this time
it was a
around. So
really
yes.
really unusually small Toxic Avenger, which was kind of different. But
For
all in
sure,
all, it
for
was
sure, yeah.
fun. Definitely a fun movie.
Okay, okay.
It still had its very gory and elements, and
Well, let's get
but
to it.
that's
Let's
the
get to it.
Toxic Avenger though, because that's what it was
Right.
originally. It was downright silly, just the commentary he would make while he was doing things, and
All right. Now, was this actually a trauma film or was it someone else just using trauma property? I can't remember.
oh darn, that would be a fair point. I don't look into that detail too deeply.
Okay. That's neither here nor there. It's not that important to the conversation right now. I myself, but I did, however, this past Saturday go to a 90th anniversary showing of The Wizard of Oz, which for me myself, it was actually from being a longtime fan of the movie as well. This is the actual first time I actually saw it in a movie theater. I've only seen it on
Really?
TV. Yeah, I've never had the opportunity to go to a revival or anything like that of the movie. And to add a nice little extra twist to it, I went to the theater as volunteering to do a photo op that they were doing for donations and whatnot. There was a couple other characters there. There was actually two different Dorothys and a Wicked Witch, and I myself did my Scarecrow costume.
Yeah.
And it was a very fun time. We did it for like about an hour before, and then sat in the theater in my Scarecrow costume and watched the movie and all that sort of thing. Yeah, so it was again for the first time seeing it in the theater was a fun experience and all that. I've loved the movie since probably the first time I saw it. So yeah, it was
It's
nice
a
to
true
see it with
classic.
a yes, exactly a true example of what a classic is. That is for sure.
I watched a review of it in what's it called, Las Vegas, and they showed all the changes they made and stuff for the dome viewing.
Yeah, the dome viewing. Yeah, some of that stuff looks holy crap.
I mean,
I mean,
just the poppy snow effect was like
yep,
wow. And they went with
yep.
the classic bubbles, which was cute.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They had friggin' flying monkeys actually
Yes,
in the theater
overhead.
itself, dropping foam apples and
Yep.
whatnot. Yeah, no, it just I mean that would have been what really surprises me by some of the times when you see the footage because people have got their phones out recording this whole entire thing and obviously they have
Oh
no
yeah.
problem with that. But there are some where it's like, why are there so many empty seats? And then others where it's like people sitting on top of each other. There's just so many of them. I guess just the time of day or whatever and
That's what
all
I was
that
about to
sort of
say. Time of
thing.
day
Yeah. Yeah, exactly,
and
exactly.
you know,
But
pre-entry.
yeah. Apparently, they cut about 27 minutes from the actual film
Yeah.
to fit it into a certain time period that they can have in the sphere and all that sort of thing. So, like, apparently, a lot of stuff is just either hinted at or just completely
Yeah.
missing and all that sort of thing. But yeah, no, it looked like a fantastic. And again, a lot of the
For an
digital.
experience.
Oh
Whoa.
yeah, the experiences. Yeah,
The
yeah.
whole
Um,
tornado at the beginning with the
for
wind
sure, the
going.
wind and all that. So that's the other one. Yes, they have a wind machine blowing around and all that sort of thing.
They
So
have
yeah, so that's yeah.
flames popping up
hmm
for the
The
oh,
wizard, the
thank you,
wizard himself.
the
Yeah.
wizard.
Oh, and how the wizard's sequences are all like a computer generated character up on the screen and all that sort of thing. Yeah,
Yeah,
no, it looked like a fantastic thing and something we'll never be able to get to see because by the time we could actually afford
true
to
enough.
get there, it's no longer going to be there. So, all right, so we're going to get into the game right now, and the way we play it is we just take the box office totals for all the movies that came out that are eligible for our particular game. We deal with the weekend box office. So it gives everyone a little bit of an update of what the domestic totals are, is which we're dealing with right here. So as we start off our domestic totals, we have in 10th place is The Naked Gun, which came in with $2.2 million dollars. Number 9 was Nobody 2 with $2.3 million dollars. Eighth place was Superman with $3.2 million dollars. Seventh
Still
place is the
going, unbelievable.
Yes, exactly. Seventh place is the Fantastic Four First Steps with $6 million dollars.
Also, kind of surprising. It's still going. It's really
Yeah,
good.
exactly. Yeah. Well, actually, we'll get to the Superman thing in a moment. Sixth place is The Bad Guys 2 with $6.3 million dollars.
Which I couldn't
Entering,
find a theater
would you?
nearby.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was nowhere nearby. I had
Oh,
to go really far for that one.
okay. Opening this weekend is fifth place, The Roses with $8 million dollars. Fourth place was Freakier Friday with $8.3 million dollars. Opening in third place was Caught Stealing with $9.5 million dollars. The actual another movie that actually opened this particular weekend, which is probably only going to be a week long release, is the 25th, the 50th anniversary of Jaws, which brought in $9.8 million dollars. And the number one movie back on top again is Weapons with $12.4 million dollars.
I'm
So
surprised
yeah,
K-pop isn't there.
K-pop, no, K-pop is no longer in the theaters, if I am not mistaken. It was only a week-long thing that Netflix was the deal. They were going to have it out for a week
Yeah,
and all
it
that
didn't
sort of
go as
thing.
many.
So,
It didn't hit many theaters, to be honest.
no, it was a very small, but the fact that it like hit number one was kind of impressive for the limited release. So again, like I mentioned last week, this is probably of the entire summer, probably going to be the weakest weekend box office wise because it's the end of summer. Everyone's putting in their last minute vacations and all that. Everyone's getting ready to get ready for school and all that sort of thing. So this particular full weekend for the top 10 at least was $68.2 million dollars in total, which is actually down from last week's $68.3 million dollars. So,
Yeah,
um, and from this going forward for the next month that our game is playing, because we go from May to the end of September, the numbers are definitely going to drop off. We're not going to be seeing $100 million movies opening in the next couple of weeks and all that sort of, but it's just the nature of how things go at that time of the year. One extra little thing that we to add to our top 10 is at number 11, domestically speaking, was the Toxic Avenger with $2.2 million dollars. So you
oh,
you
it's
finished
not going to be
you
a win.
finished yeah, no, it's definitely not. And another thing is it actually only did get a domestic release. So there is a future chance that it could make a little bit more once it opens internationally, but movies like that tend to not make a lot of international budget like box office compared to what it does make
Hey,
domestically.
I was surprised that it opened in my theater. It's
Yeah,
only
no,
got
that's a surprise. Yes,
fewer
exactly,
screens, and I was like,
exactly.
wow, it
Yeah.
got it.
All right. So the full reason of the game is to we each had a plethora of movies to choose from. Well, actually, when I say a plethora, I mean about 46. And those were the movies that were opening between the beginning of May and the end of September for this particular summer. And when we took all those movies together and put them into a randomizer between the six players, myself and Dan included in that number, we would randomly choose a movie would be randomly chosen, and when a movie was came up, we would then had a amount of points each for us to bid to purchase that particular movie, and whoever got the highest bid, they got that movie as part of their roster, and then we just played the game, and then that's how we go. So we are actually going to be dealing with the big numbers, which is the world box office. So that's everywhere. And again, we're dealing with only the movies that are part of our list. Now, there are other movies that opened, like I had mentioned previous weeks. Like there were movies that none of our movies were out, but only other movies had come out that unfortunately didn't become part of our game because they were entered into the list of, hey, we're going to release this in August when we were already playing
Mm,
in May and all that sort of thing. So we couldn't quite
mm.
restart the game at that point and all that.
And I'm the
But
only one who lost the movie. Mm.
yes, you are. Basically, actually, I believe after we had recorded our Everyone Picks Their Movies episode, Dan's movie got moved. Well, it got moved to December.
Yeah,
So,
which will probably make
um,
it better, but
yes, but unfortunately, after his purchase, he sadly had one of his movies off the list.
what a waste of 2 points.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. It wasn't a big one to begin with, but it actually I saw a trailer for it and it actually looks like kind of a cool looking movie. It's a really great cast and all that sort of thing. But
It looked
fortunately,
like it could be one of those ones that wins prizes, but it's actually not great kind of deal, you know.
yeah, exactly, exactly. So we're going to be referring to a top 200 list of the movies that had opened since the beginning of this year. So starting January 1st, going to the end of the year. And out of that whole entire list of the movies available to our game is second place, which is Lilo and Stitch. And at this particular time, it has a running total of $1,033.5 million. In fourth place is Jurassic World Rebirth with $855.5 million.
Knew
Fifth
it would be.
place, yeah, no, yeah, again, it's another one like, that was one of the ones that everyone else was probably more people should have been fighting for Jurassic World than I think were actually there. But fifth place is How to Train Your Dragons with $628.8 million. Sixth place is F1 the movie with $613.2 million. Seventh place is Superman with $611.4 million. Eighth place, Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning with $598 million. Ninth place is Fantastic Four: First Steps with $506.3 million. 11th place is Thunderbolts with $382.4 million. 13th place is Final Destination: Bloodlines with $300.9 million. 15th place is Weapons with $234.6 million. Dan's shaking his head at that as I can see his off the screen. Um, we got 17th place is The Bad Guys 2 with $178.1 million. 18th place is Elio with $152.2 million. 19th place is 28 Years Later with $150.4 million. 22nd place from the world of John Wick Ballerina has a running total of $135.9 million. 24th place, Freakier Friday with $132.6 million. 25th place is The Smurfs with $114.6 million. 26th place is Karate Kid Legends with $114.5 million.
Woot woot.
Another one of Dan's choices. 30th place is The Naked Gun with $59.6 million. 31st place is Materialist with $92.6 million. 36th place is I Know What You Did Last Summer with $64.4 million. 45th place is The Phoenician Scheme with $39.4 million. 46th place is Bring Her Back with $39.1 million. 47th place is Mithrigan 2.0 with $39 million. 49th place is Nobody 2 with $36 million. Entering the top 200 at 73rd place is The Roses with $17.2 million. Entering the top 200 at 80th place is Caught Stealing with $14.9 million. 103rd place is Clown in a Cornfield with $11.5 million. 22nd place is Sketch with $8.1 million. 123rd place is Hurry Up Tomorrow with $7.7 million. 130th place is Dangerous Animals with $7.3 million. In 155th place is The Ritual with $5.5 million. 159th place is Shadow Force with $5.4 million. 180th place is Fight or Flight with $4.2 million. And beyond the top 200 are our final movies in our list, which are Grand Prix of Europe, which only has $3 million.
Wow.
The Toxic Avenger, like I said, only has a domestic opening, so it has $2.2 million. dollars.
Yeah.
And the furthest one out of the entire list is The Surfer with $2 million. dollars. So, yeah, so that's an interesting little list to have to go over every once now and then. Now, what I wanted to mention about Superman is Superman had made a big push that it was being pushed to digital purchase and all that sort of thing. So you can
Yeah.
get it online and all that sort of thing, which was something they put ahead of the beginning of season 2 of Peacemaker. So they wanted to make sure that everyone could be up to date because Peacemaker basically starts pretty much right after Superman ends. I mean, there's even a tie-in between the two movies, how they alter actually the end of season 1 of Peacemaker to fit into happening after Superman happens and all that sort of thing. So it's actually kind of cool. But the fact that it is still in the box office, still making money. And now I have also noticed over the past couple of weeks, there's a trend of movies that had stopped making money are starting to make money again, which means the secondary market has opened for like smaller theaters, non-chain things, and all that sort of
Yeah.
thing. So movies that were once sitting there dormant doing nothing are making money again and all that sort of thing. So it's always kind of nice to see. I mean, you're not going to make huge numbers, but hey, every little bit counts in this particular game. So, that being said, we're going to be giving our running totals for what we have for this particular week. So, here's the 6 positions that all of the players are in. So, in sixth place is myself, and I currently have 7 movies in the game at this time with $544.5 million. dollars.
You're
In
rich.
fifth place is Dan, who now has 4 movies running in the game with $630.4 million. dollars.
Not last.
No, no, it's definitely not last, and I have a feeling no one's going to be last but Troy for this game. In fourth place is Candace, who currently also has 7 movies in the game with $809.6 million. dollars. In third place is Natasha, who also has 3 movies, which is her grand total of movies, and she is sitting at $1,653.1 million. dollars. In second place this week is Ahmed, who only has 5 movies to his total that are in the game, with $1,754.8 million. dollars. And we have Mitch moving into number one place with 10 movies now in the game with $1,846.9 million. So Mitch is definitely running away with this game. I believe
Yeah.
Ahmed no longer has any more games in the no any
We
more movies
we
in
definitely
the
played poorly
oh, we
on.
definitely played Blurry. I think Mitch's last ditch effort to get as many like kids movies as possible actually kind of ended up playing for him and all that sort of thing. Um, yeah, I just played. I basically played with my heart at the game. I was just like, let's just improv this while we're playing the game. I didn't even make a list. I mean, I had dealt with doing the whole entire list to get the game going and all that sort of thing, so I was aware of everything. But as me picking my own movies, I'm like, I don't know. And then when movies came up, I'm like, okay, okay, okay. I
Yeah.
mean, I was in the bidding for a lot of the big movies and all that sort of thing. Unfortunately, just didn't have the
Well,
strong enough.
so was but I would back off and then I'd be like, fine, you can have it. Fine, you can have it. And the next thing you know, I have like tons of points left at the end. I'm like, I'll take Fantastic Four.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Which kind of worked out in your favor to a point, but yeah. So again, it's all this is all like a learning curve for next year when we do this. So yeah. Dan actually, I as I look at the list again, actually has next week's movie, which is the movies coming out for September 5th. And according to our list, there's only one that's in our game, and that's The Conjuring: The Last Rites.
Oh, right.
So Dan again gets another horror, and again, this is the ending of a series of
Series. I thought it
quite
might be good.
popular. Yeah, quite popular. And again, it was one that should have been on a couple of the horror people's
As
lists and all
opposed
that
to that
sort of
one
thing.
that's
But
kicking all the horror butt. I can't
yeah,
believe it's up there.
exactly. Yeah, yeah.
Is it
So
just
yeah,
that? Is it just that it's so original? Everyone wants to see it.
I don't know, I don't
But
know.
I totally picture Children of the Corn for some reason. But
It- it's, I mean, without spoiling anything on here, because it is a fantastic movie. I saw it opening day and all that sort of thing. Well, opening weekend. Let me put it that weekend. But yeah, so like I said, Dan is back next week with The Conjuring: Last Rites. Again, the final movie.
you get to
They
see me
say,
alive,
yeah, exactly, exactly. You are
as
showing up.
opposed to the past where you
Yeah,
only
it's
see me like
exactly. Yeah,
twice.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right. So I guess we will see you next week, Dan. Thank you for joining for this particular quick little wrap up episode. Thank you, audience, for joining in. And you know what?
Get out
And
there and see
making the
Toxic
money.
do his work.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Go out there and see the
Toxic, the
Toxic Avenger.
superhero you
Yeah,
never
yeah,
knew you had to
exactly.
see.
Exactly. Of all the superhero movies this year, the Toxic Avenger is one of them.
Oh yeah, I love the mop work. Whoosh whoosh whoosh.
All right. So, other than that, I got nothing else to say, and see you at the box office. You've just been listening to the Summer Movie Draft 2025, a Planet Geek production. Be sure to download, subscribe, share, comment, and review. It most definitely helps us out. If you would like to buy us a coffee, be sure to go to ko-fi.com/planetgeekpod. Any and all donations will go to future improvements of Planet Geek Productions. You can follow Planet Geek Productions on our social media platforms: Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Tumblr, or Letterboxd. Search for Planet Geek Productions. On X, former Twitter, Instagram, or Blue Sky, search for Planet Geek Pod. Or reach out to us via email at planetgeekpod@gmail.com. Once again, thanks for tuning in, and see you at the box office. It's not recording, so there we go. Now it is recording. All right, let's
And I
get
won,
this.
right? I win. I win. It was actually it wasn't
You,
really my weekend.
well, you came in. Well, you came in third place today
I saw
for.
looking at the numbers and I'm like,
Yeah,
wow, look
exactly.
who's
Yeah,
still on top. What the
yeah,
hell?
yeah.